How's it going, everybody?
Caleb, this seemed to be the second week in a row that the offense seemed to find its rhythm, specifically in the second half.
Yep.
What's been the difference in the first half versus the second half for you all?
Yeah, I think us doing a good job in communicating when we get into the locker room. I think this first half we had a bit more penalties than we wanted to. I think the main thing with that and the execution was the penalties. The first half to the second half. We were putting ourselves in advantageous positions in the second half and things like that with the sticks and staying ahead of the sticks, and then compared to first half with the flags or with us with negative plays, we didn't do as well compared to the second half, and it shows. I think our work throughout this past week was different than our other weeks before, and I think that goes to our leadership, that goes to our communication, what I've talked about multiple times. I think the growth is there. I think the leadership and the vets that we have around to be able to help lead and get to positions where we want to be, which is obviously on Sundays winning games. So super excited, super proud of the guys. We're coming out to win.
Caleb, was this a better game for you in terms of decision making than last week?
I would say so. Obviously, when you don't have two turnovers. That's the most important thing. When you have a defense like us, you got a punter and a kicker that we have. You not turn the ball over, it goes a long way. You're going to win a lot of games. And so handling myself appropriately last week, understanding ways that I need to get better, and obviously the steady growth throughout the season is extremely important for myself, but also for the team. And so not turn the ball over, decision making and things like that. I would have to say it was a little better.
The more subtle decisions you make. I mean, the turnovers are obvious when we see that, but just recognizing what was available to you, like from play to play to play.
Yeah, I would say so. Getting a few more checkdowns. We always talk about how big checkdowns are, especially on third downs and things like that, whether it's third down and long, third down and short, or medium. Being able to steal a third down is kind of what we call it, whether you're running, as a runner, as a scrambler or whatever, or things like that, or finding a check down and stealing it that way. So, I think we did well with that as a group. C2 split two when you catch it, and the guys did a great job.
We heard a lot about the conversations you guys had with Shane this week.
Yep.
What was your role in this conversation? What was kind of the message you wanted to get across?
Yeah, I think us just when we have turnovers from the defensive side. That we go score, find a way to get points. I think another one was just us being on the same page, us understanding the flow, that we're in. If we're in a flow, let us just stay in that flow, get going. Whether it's the run game, whether it's the pass game. Today, we did kind of both pretty evenly, which is obviously great at what we want to do every week. But when it's not like that, stay in the flow. If we get drives going with the pass game. Sprinkling a few runs, and we get the game going with a few runs, sprinkling the pass, and then keep running the ball. So I think that was the main point of emphasis throughout the week, and obviously us just having open communication is most important because like I said before, us having communication, myself being better with communicating, whether it's game day throughout the week or whatever case may be, that I had to be better, and I think today and throughout the week as a collective, I think we were all better.
You talk about staying in the flow. In the middle of the game there, y'all kind of went no-huddle. What do you like about that operation? Is it some things down for you? Is it less thinking? What do you like about when you guys get in that no-huddle?
Yeah, I think when you get no-huddle, it doesn't allow the defense to do what they want to do. I think that's the biggest thing with no-huddle. If they have whether it's a personnel or a certain front, like here today, they'll this team that we play versus the Rams. They have so many different personnels with their fronts and things like that. So when they get into different things, we want to make sure that we can, do our best to exploit it. And so, they'll have fronts sometimes where they bring in six big D linemen and things like that is what we call it. So, when they get into moments like that, being able to, open the field up, go with no huddle, get them all tired, and then, spread the ball around. And then when they take them out, run the ball.
On the touchdown with DJ, what was your vantage point on that sequence there? Singled up the linebacker.
Yeah, so it was, I saw the safety running over. There's a bit confusion on the defensive side. But there was a safety over top of Gerald on the left side. Rome took inside release. The backer, I think it was, over Gerald, covered him pretty well. And then I knew that, either they were going to double DJ with that safety running over, or they were going to leave a backer on DJ. And so, when you leave a backer on DJ, that's the matchup that you want and that you wish for throughout games. And so, that's how it happened. I saw it either, like I said, they were going to double DJ, and I was going to throw the route and dispute it out to the route over there on the right side, returning back in, or I was going to hit DJ in the back of the end zone, one-on-one with a backer.
Your numbers would reflect better under pressure and against the blitz. Do you feel more comfortable in what you were seeing out there today?
Yeah, I think overall, I think I'm getting more comfortable. I've said this recently that I was about 2 or 3 months, have been a year out of football, which is crazy to think about. Since my last game, was November 18th before the season, and so I think just getting more in the flow of football, the rhythm throughout the season, the rhythm of the week, just getting more comfortable and being more consistent with myself throughout the week, I think is kind of what I'm feeling. And then, us just building, us communicating, like I said before, building on the things, whether it's good or bad. I think we're doing that well.
Early in the fourth quarter, the 2nd and 10 pass to commit, what led up to pulling the trigger on that for you?
Yeah, so we had a quick play action fake right there. The backer was kind of flat-footed, and it's nice to go against Tremaine every day because that there's not many backers that are going to be 6'6" in the middle of the field and as talented as he is. So, understanding that, the backer stayed flat-footed, just put it to where Cole could get it, throw it over the backer. There was a big void right there reading the backer, and the safeties being wide, reading that, and Cole made an unbelievable catch.
Caleb, with regard to Shane, he faced a lot of criticism after last week. What do you think he did either this week or today that really made the biggest impact on the offense getting on track a little bit?
I think it's just us being on the same page, and I think that started from the communication throughout the week. Us, like I said, talking about the flow of the game, and when we get in the rhythm, let it go. Things like that. Like today, Swift. I think we ran the ball a couple of times back to back before his I think it was a 40-yard run. So things like that, and then us just all being on the same page, communicating on the sideline, being better at that. I think making those adjustments, understanding and talking and communicating throughout the game, even if it's drives where you feel like like our first drive, we felt like we should have gotten that third down. It didn't happen. Coming to the sideline a little frustrated. Take your time. Everybody come together, collect all these thoughts and things like that, come together and then communicate from there, and get ready to go back out and win the game.
Caleb, you guys were starting offensive lineman early in the game, and then your offense took off. Was there some kind of galvanizing moment on the sideline or in the huddle that kind of got you guys going, or was it just a circle the wagons moment?
Yeah, I think it's always tough to lose offensive lineman, especially Tevin. He's an unbelievable player and things like that, and I love when that dude's up there blocking for you. I think it was just us getting into the flow, us feeling good, us understanding all the hard work that we put throughout the week, the detail work that we put throughout the week, the leadership, the leaders leading, things like that throughout the week, understanding, how big it is to, come out, with a win this week and get that, momentum going again. And so, I think it's a testament to us as a team, our coaches, our players, and our leaders to be able to, when a guy like Tevin goes down, to keep going. It sucks, like I said, but to be able to keep going and get the offense going, it's a testament to, I think, our personality as a team and us overall.
Thanks, guys.
Awesome. The Bears.